A 7-month-old baby girl is missing, and her parents say she vanished from her own home. Police desperately searching for Shannon Dedrick. A Florida child is missing alert initiated. Local, county, and state investigators converge on the scene. Breaking news! Just moments ago, cops say they've identified a person of interest, but won't reveal who. Why? Reports the parents' home still sealed by deputies, looking for valuable evidence.
Investigators in the panhandle of Florida need your help. They're looking for a 7-month-old girl who disappeared and may be in danger. The Washington County Sheriff's Department says Shannon Leah Dedrick vanished from her home on Saturday, and a statewide alert was issued late yesterday. Her parents reported her missing. The sheriff said nothing indicates she was abducted, but he also said she, quote, didn't crawl or walk away. The girl is 2 feet tall, weighs 11 pounds, and has brown hair, and as you can see, blue eyes.
The child obviously did not walk or crawl out of the home. That's why I don't understand why the police are saying there's no foul play. You have a 7-month-old baby lying there asleep in the home. This is on Halloween. Now, she's gone. Look at this little baby. Joining us, Jay Felsberg, managing editor of Washington County News, joining us from Florida. Jay, what happened?
Well, as near as we can tell, from the amount of information that the Sheriff's Office has released, the parents woke up at about 11 o'clock on Saturday morning and found the baby missing. By 11:23, they had contacted law enforcement, which in this case was the Washington County Sheriff's Office. The home they live in is on Brown Street and just outside the city limits of Chipley. So it came under county jurisdiction.
Hold on. Jay, let me just stop you right there. With me, Jay Felsberg, Washington County News. Have the parents taken polygraphs?
Not that we're aware of.
Okay. Jay, was there any... Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That question was asked at a press conference this afternoon, and the sheriff declined to comment on the details of the investigation.
Okay, I don't like it. Number 2, was there any forced entry on the home? Door, window, anything pried open, any marks even?
Again, nothing was released at the press conference. I've gone out to the house. I didn't see any signs of forced entry personally.
Have the parents, Jay Felsberg, made any public pleas for the return of their little girl?
None whatsoever. The sheriff said at the press conference that he was acting as their agent and requesting assistance on their behalf.
Have they been on the press at all?
No.
What more can you tell me, Jay?
Well, at the present time, there's over 70 volunteers, officers, and firefighters searching. They probably cut it off at dusk. They'll be resuming it again in the morning. They started out in an area right behind the house, a wooded area, and they have continued to expand the search. So far, no signs of anything. Nothing really found by the special scent dogs or other search dogs or other searchers.
Jay, doesn't look good at all. Jay Felsberg joining me. To Clark Goldman, what more can you tell me, Clark?
Investigators, Nancy, have a broad timeline that they're working with here, and it's because, according to reports, the parents went to sleep around 3 a.m. and didn't wake up until about 11 a.m. when they called law enforcement. So it's about an 8-hour time window, and it's not exactly clear when Shannon was actually taken.
Wait a minute, they're trying to tell me that a 7-month-old baby sleeps through the night? Wait, Clark, that's directed to you. I know you don't have any children, Clark, but that's their story? They didn't wake up all night long? Now I'm really having a hard time with this.
According to reports, they woke up 11 a.m., noticed the child was gone, and called the cops.
Why were they awake at 3 a.m.? What were they doing at 3 a.m.?
We don't know.
What do you know, Jay Felsberg? Why were they up at 3 a.m.?
That's a good question, and once again, that information has not been released, and there were a number of questions asked at the news conference. Sheriff Haddock was very circumspect about providing any details of the investigation because he says, basically, because it's underway.
Okay, Jay, does the little girl have any siblings? Shannon Leah Dedrick, 7 months. She's only 11 pounds. Look at her. Any siblings?
Not that we're aware of.
So this is the only baby in the home. Is this the mother's first baby?
Correct.
We're taking your calls live out to Lori in New York. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Nancy. Hi, Eleanor. It's nice to see you back.
You know, let's take a look at Eleanor right now, everybody. Eleanor Odom is back with us just a very few brief days after her marriage. Beautiful, beautiful marriage. She feels bad when she's working out in the morning, goes to have her heart checked out, does a stress test. They don't let her go home. She has just survived open heart surgery. And you look great.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for your prayers.
Okay, Lori, what's your question, dear?
I actually I have a question in two parts. The baby, does she have any health problems? I know she's 7 months, but only 11 pounds. And has the cops checked and see if any of the parents are having extramarital affairs, that maybe they can be suspects as well?
Good question, Lori, New York. I'm trying to think back. You know, little Lucy was born at only 2 pounds. And I can't remember how long it took her to get to 11 pounds. Clark Goldbell, what do we know?
An aunt has spoken out in the press, Nancy, saying that, in fact, Shannon has a larger than average head size, and this is something that her mom apparently passed down to her. So the aunt is saying that it will be quite easy to see.
She doesn't look unusual to me. It just looks like a regular baby to me. All babies' heads look big, Clark.
Well, this is what the aunt has said in press reports, and the aunt is also saying that this should make it easier to identify her if you see Shannon.
She looks like a little angel. Okay, to the lawyers, Eleanor Odom, Peter Odom, Alex Sanchez. Alex, weigh in. What do you think?
You know, before you mentioned that you didn't think the police mentioned that there was no foul play, I think they are alleging foul play, and I think they seem to be pointing fingers directly at the parents, because if you say the kid did not get up and walk away by himself, and that there was no evidence of anybody breaking in, you know, what are you saying? So I think they're focusing their attention on the parents.
I know. Peter Odom, weigh in.
Well, let me tell you, Nancy, the police are being very circumspect about this, but they're probably letting the parents lay low and maybe seeing if they'll make a wrong move. It's a common investigative technique.
I would actually agree with that, Nancy, and I think it's real important to look at the people who are closest to the child first, the parents who never had access.
Everybody, quick break. We're taking your calls, but happy birthday to Indiana friend Lakeisha.
I'm really shocked to hear that the parents woke up at 11 o'clock with a 7-month-old in the house. I mean, I don't ever recall sleeping till 11 o'clock when my son was 7 months old. Maybe they put the baby down for a nap again, but why would the parents go back to sleep?